Welcome. Welcome to this week's BTO talk on generative AI, digital transformation, and of course, leadership in this new era. It is wonderful to be back in this virtual setting, the three of us. Last time we spoke from Doha from the Web Summit. My name is Michael Alf, calling from Lisbon, and we work with various organizations literally across the globe on these topics. And I'm here with my two co-founders. Over to you, Markus.
Hello, thank you, Michael. Markus Keiper here, professor at the National University of Singapore. Greeting you towards a new year. Web Summit is still very, very active in our minds, and we have plenty to share with you today. Over to you, Rob.
Yes, thanks, Markus. Michael, Rob Thurner here in London, working with Cambridge Judge Business School, program leader on their digital transformation program, and working also with clients in various markets around the world. Now, we've got a lot to think through, but not that much time today, so we'll keep this super short. And we'll like to start with a question on tech updates. So, Michael, if I can pass over to you, and then we'll move into the other subject around autonomy.
Absolutely, Rob. Thank you. So, it is only beginning of February. And so far, so much has already happened this year. The speed is clearly accelerating. We've been talking about exponential, writing about exponential, but it's actually really moving forward. And the way we see it is just kind of the number of the frequency of the models appearing. Yeah, so we just recently were at, just need to kind of check 5.2 on the GPT and 4.5 on Claude. This is already outdated, so there's already 4.6 and 5.3. And again, they are getting better and better. Yeah, and all the other models are coming as well. I mean, the whole area of image generation is accelerating at next speed as well. And one reason behind that is that the models train themselves to become better, which means kind of there's less human power involved to create this new next level model. So this is one of the drivers. Where does that lead? Very, very hard to tell. But you can see kind of these models can do now amazing things. And if you know how to, so again, for kind of day-to-day prompting, you don't need, of course, a power of 4.6 or anything like that. So that's kind of the tech news. And the key message here is the speed is actually further accelerating. Back to, I think, Markus, in terms of what we're going to discuss.
Yeah, I think what we should discuss actually are a couple of incidents and happenings over the last couple of weeks during the Web Summit in Doha 10 days ago. Something interesting happened where machines were basically taking over the life. Is that a right call, Michael, or how would you actually call that? And then, Rob, what does it mean for us? What does it mean for our AI literacy? How quickly or how slow can we go? What does it mean for businesses and organizations? We will discuss that in the next couple of minutes. But Michael, can you enlighten us first? Was it something really technical which happened, or was it actually a human experiment?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So the reference is actually to this bot phenomenon, which you might have read or seen on LinkedIn or somewhere else, which has, we had 3 stages of names. It started with the so-called Claude bot, then it became MoldBot, now OpenClaw. So it changed the name pretty quickly, but that's only part of the story. It's the acceleration in what is possible there. Then kind of the next step was the so-called MoldBook, and this is actually a platform where humans are only allowed as visitors or observers. And it's kind of a discussion, basically a Reddit platform for agents. So you can upload your agent to participate there. Stand of yesterday, where I did a session at the Nova Business School with a group of executives, and we discussed that topic as well. There were 2.6 million agents on the platform, 2.6 million. Last week, when we were in Doha, we had 1.5 million. So within 1 week, we added 1 million agents. And now you can go to moldbook.com, and have a look and observe. and you are allowed basically to follow the bots. Yeah, and the bots discuss. Yeah, so they discuss all kind of topics, and they even created a religion. They're discussing kind of new languages. They're discussing marketing tips and everything like that. So why are we mentioning that? It's interesting. Of course, purely technically, it might not be kind of that interesting or sophisticated. But I think that's short-sighted. Yeah, I'm putting that aside as a hype or something like that, or not real or not relevant, because there is a relevance, of course, for organizations. Rob,
Yeah.
what do you
So
think?
I think we've got an evident balance here between needing to be progressive as organizations, needing to try out new technology and extend ourselves as far as we can, so we are not being left behind. We're being experimental, but on the other hand, we need to take the organization with us. We need to bring all areas of the organization, and of course there will be those who are concerned about potential risk. If these bots are talking to each other, if they're using language that we don't understand, then potentially it's a very significant risk to our organization. It's an existential risk to all of us if these bots are speaking in languages that we can't understand. So we need to make sure that there is confidence and we're bringing the rest of the organization with us, and the governance question comes up as well. So inevitably tension here, and we need as organizations to make sure that we understand what is capable and we're pushing ourselves as far as we can, that we're not left behind, but we need to do this in a responsible and sustainable way. There's no one answer here. We need to work our way through it. And given the sheer speed of change, as Michael referenced earlier, this is going to become more and more a focus as the year goes on. Now, Markus, in your experience and the clients that you're talking to, where do you see this tension resolving?
Well, I think the brutal truth is still that most organizations are still thinking about AI and bots and I would even throw in robots as well. I give an example. If you are a managing director of an organization nowadays, you literally need to spend time on thinking, why should I use AI in my organization? And then that leads automatically to the question, where would I use it? Which is a use case. Is it in marketing? Is it in finance? Is it in legal? Is it in manufacturing? And so on. And then you need to decide, how much AI do I want to use and where do I stop with AI, because it is a human function. Now, this is a complete new definition of leadership in the future, and we call this the orientation stage. You need to give orientation to your organization. What this means for you is, unless you understand what we are talking about, agents, AI, agentic AI, and then all of these words and buzzwords which come probably, Michael, every week and every month, you're not in the position to give orientation to your organization because everyone looks at the top. Let us go down a couple of levels. If you are a young employee, for example, or a young manager, you also need to decide, how much AI do I need to know in order to fulfill my job in the future, and what will actually guarantee my job security? And the answer is like AI. You need to have some AI skills. So this is what the three of us are thinking about a lot. We are running seminars, workshops, and boot camps in this. Michael has been in Egypt recently. He has been in Lisbon online. Rob is going in between the UK and Europe and the Middle East, and the same I do from Southeast Asia to the Middle East as well. The clients we see, Rob, to your question, are all asking about it. How much, when, what? And as Michael said earlier, there is not one answer to this. You need to stay on top. Michael reminds the two of us every week that we are falling behind, basically, whilst he hopes to keep up at least or get a little bit deeper into the game. If you need any help on understanding where AI can lead your organization or your job and career, we are here for you. We are going through exactly the same. We don't have any recipes, and that is why we don't put very beautiful infographics in LinkedIn, which is the latest trend, isn't it, gentlemen? All generated by AI. Everyone has beautiful infographics, and sometimes you find the misspelled words as well. So with that, Michael, how would you wrap the first few weeks in January up and February? What do you think do we know what's happening until December? That's my question I have for you.
Thank you, Markus. Thank you also for overall thoughts and examples. Look, it's hard to tell. I think kind of one of the things we see is even those who are, let's say, deep in the trenches are getting surprised regularly. Yeah, and so I see that again and again. Yeah, it did with MoldBook LM, which was really suddenly a new level. Yeah, now with other technologies, now with the development. So fact is, kind of, it is accelerating. What does it mean for organizations? Well, they have to cope, with it, and you explained that beautifully. The challenges which are there. Do we know where we're heading towards the end of the year? Not really. And yes, of course, I mean, kind of most things will stay the same, but the role of AI will definitely further increase. And if you are in an organization, if you are the CEO or anyone else, kind of you need to get your head around that and really embrace that. That has been our message for a while. It's more urgent than ever before. And of course, that's why we're here. Kind of reach out to us. Yeah, we do trainings. We're working with executives, middle management, everyone to help them along the journey. Also with our simulation, both in English, German, and now Arabic as well. Yeah, so that helps a lot to get started or to really kind of get to that next level. The start is done, but kind of to get to the next level. So yeah, with that, reach out to us. And we hear us again in a week. And until then, all the best.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.